हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल इंग्लिश साहित्य। तो आज हम लोग चैप्टर काठमांडू और उसकी पोएम अ स्लम्बर डिड माय स्पिरिट स्टील इन दोनों पोम्स और चैप्टर के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स करने वाले हैं। एनसीईआरटी टेक्स्ट बुक का ये इंग्लिश चैप्टर। So let's start. Thinking about the text. Activity. On the following map, mark out the route which the author thought of but did not take to Delhi. So the route which the author thought of but did not take to Delhi was Bihar, in Bihar to Patna, and from Patna to UP, Banaras, Allahabad, Agra. He would sail down through it and then Delhi. So find out the possible routes by rail, road, or air from Kathmandu to Mumbai, New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai. You can do this at your own. Answer these questions in one or two words or in short phrases. Name the two temples the author visited in Kathmandu. So he visited Pashupatinath temple and Bodhnath temple. These are the two temples which the author visited in Kathmandu. Question number 2. The writer says, all this I washed down with Coca-Cola. What does all this refers to? Refers to the bar of marzipan, a corn on the cob roasted in a charcoal brazier on the pavement rubbed with salt, chili powder, and lemon, a couple of love story comics, and even a Reader's Digest. Question number 3. What does Vikram Seth compared to the quills of a porcupine? So he compares a flute seller with a pole in his hand with an attachment at the top from which 50 or 60 bansuri protrude in all directions. He compares it to the quills of porcupine. Name the five kinds of flute. The five kinds of flutes are the reedane, Japanese shakuhachi, the deep bansuri of Hindustani classical music, the clear or breathy flutes of South America, the high pitched Chinese flutes. Answer each question. Answer these questions in a short paragraph. What difference does the author note between the flute seller and the other hawker? The author says that unlike other hawkers, the flute seller plays slowly without excessive display. He does not shout out his wares. Occasionally he makes a sale, but in a curiously off-handed way, as if this were not incidental to his enterprise. What is the belief at Pashupatinath about the end of Kali Yuga? A small shrine half protrudes from the stone platform on the river Bagmati's bank. It is believed that when it emerges fully, the goddess inside will escape and the evil period of Kali Yuga will end on earth. The author had drawn powerful images and pictures. Pick out three examples of each. The atmosphere of febrile confusion outside the temple of Pashupatinath. For example, some people trying to get the priest's attention are elbowed in aside. Number second, the things he sees, the sound he hears. Number so the author has drawn powerful images and pictures by the atmosphere of febrile confusion outside the temple of Pashupatinath. So priests, hawkers, devotees, tourists, crows, monkeys, pigeons, and dogs roam through the ground. We offer a few flowers. A party of the saffron-clad Westerns struggle for permission to enter the temple, as the gate says. Only Hindus are allowed in the temple. Number 2. The things he sees. Kathmandu is vivid, mercenary, religious, with small shrines to flower adorned deities along the narrowest and busiest streets with flute sellers, hawkers of postcards, shops selling Western cosmetics, film rolls, and chocolate or copper utensils, and Nepalese antiques. Number third, the sound he hears. Film songs blurs out from the radios, car on sound, bicycle bell rings, stray cows low questioning at the motorcycles, vendors shout their wares. Number third, answer these questions in not more than 100 to 150 words each. Question 1. Compare and contrast the atmosphere in and around the Bodhanath shrine with the Pashupatinath temple. The author says that the atmosphere in Pashupatinath temple was an atmosphere of febrile confusion. He says that the priests, hawkers, devotees, tourists, cows, monkeys, pigeons, and dogs can be seen roaming through the ground. There are so many worshippers that the people are elbowed aside by others pushing their way to the front. At Bodhnath temple, the Buddhist shrine, there was a sense of stillness. There is no crowd. It is a safe place of quietness in the busy streets around. Question number 2. How does the author describe Kathmandu's busiest streets? The author describes Kathmandu's busiest street as a vivid, mercenary and religious, with small shrines of flowers to or shrines to flower-adorned deities along the narrowest and busiest streets. The streets were full of flute sellers, hawkers of postcards, shops selling Western cosmetic, film rolls, and chocolate or copper utensils, and Nepalese antiques. Film songs blare out from the radios, car on sound, bicycle bell rings, stray cows look questioning at the motorcycles, vendors shout out the wares. Question number 3. To hear any flute is to be drawn into the commonality of all mankind. Why does the author say this? To hear any flute is to be drawn into commonality of all mankind. The poet says this when he talks about the five types of flute: the reed, the Japanese shakuhachi, the deep bansuri of Hindustani classical music, the clear or breathy flutes of South America, and the high pitched Chinese flutes. He says that a flute is that once the most universal and most particular of sounds. It is found in every culture. He says that the flute links to our common characteristics, just like every human being. The motive force is living breath. It too needs to be paused and a breath before it can go on. Thinking about the language, read the following sentences carefully to understand the meaning of italicized phrases. Then match the phrasal verb in column A with the meaning in column B. Um, so let's see the answers over here. Number first was break out. To start suddenly, usually a fight or war or a disease. Break off. To come to come apart due to force. Break down. To stop working, break away from someone, to escape from someone's grip, break up, end of a relationship, break into, break and enter illegally, unlawful trespassing. Question number 1. Use the suffixes ion or tion to form nouns from the following verbs. Make the necessary changes in the spellings of the verb. Example: proclaim, proclamation. So इसका है cremate का crematation, act का action, exhaust का exhaustion, invent का invention, tempt का temptation, immigrate का immigration, direction का direct का direction, meditate meditation, imagine imagination, dislocate, dislocation, associate, association, dedicate, dedication. Question number 2. Now fill in the blanks with suitable words from the ones that you have found. Mass literacy was possible only after the invention of the printing machine. यहाँ पे invention आएगा word. Ramesh is unable to tackle the situation as he lacks imagination. I could not resist the temptation to open letter. Hard work and dedication are the main keys to success. The children were almost fainting with exhaustion after being made to stand in the sun. Punctuation. Use capital letters, full stops, question marks, commas, and inverted commas wherever necessary in the following paragraph. So यहाँ पे मेरा आंसर मैंने आपको दे रखा है पूरा, आप यहाँ से टैली कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट आता है fill in the blanks with the correct form of verb in the brackets. यहाँ पे मैं आंसर आपको बताती हूँ. The heart is pump that sends the blood circulating through our body. The pumping action takes place when the left ventricle of the heart contracts. This forces the blood out into the arteries, which expand to receive the oncoming blood. ये पूरा आंसर है आपके इस वाले का. The African lungfish can live without water up to 4 years. During a drought, it digs a pit and encloses itself into a capsule of slime and earth, leaving a tiny opening for air. The capsule dries, यहाँ पे आंसर है, and hardens. But when rain comes and the mud dissolves and the lungfish swims away. तो ये आपका पूरा आंसर है इसका. नंबर थर्ड है महेश. Do Mahesh said we have to organize a class party for our teacher. So Duka, does anyone play an instrument? Vipul, Rohit plays the flute. Mahesh, does he also act? So no, he composes music. That's wonderful. स्पीकिंग वाली एक्सरसाइजेज आप खुद कर सकते हो. राइटिंग, यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन दिया हुआ है, एक डायरी एंट्री लिखना है फॉर अ ट्रैवलॉग. मैंने आपका पूरा आंसर यहाँ पे दे रखा है, यहाँ से ही पूरा है. क्वेश्चन सेकंड एक और आपको दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे डायरी एंट्री. रीड द पॉइंट्स एंड ट्राई टू राइट अ ट्रैवलॉग डिस्क्राइबिंग यू विजिट टू आगरा एंड ताजमहल. मतलब अब आपको कुछ पॉइंट्स दिए हुए, इससे आपको एक पैराग्राफ लिखना है, ट्रैवलॉग काइंड. अब आते हैं हम अपने नेक्स्ट पोम पे. अ स्लम्बर डिड माय स्पिरिट सील. ये विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ ने लिखी है. अब हम इसकी क्वेश्चन आंसर्स करते हैं. Question number 1. A slumber did my spirit seal, says the poet. That is a deep sleep closed off his soul or mind. How does the poet react to his loved one's death? Does he feel bitter grief or does he feel a great peace? So answer है इसका कि it is little difficult to decide if the poet felt bitter grief or peace. He says that the soul has been sealed due to his loved one's death. मतलब उसकी आत्मा जो है वो सील हो चुकी है उसके सबसे करीबी की डेथ के बाद. एंड ही डज नॉट हैव एनी ह्यूमन फेयर. उसे किसी ह्यूमन फेयर का डर नहीं है. He talks about how his loved one seemed now motionless and beyond the passage of time. वो बताते हैं कि उसका जो लव्ड वन है वो कैसे अब दिखाई देता है जब टाइम इतना हो बीत चुका है, बिल्कुल मोशनलेस और कुछ नहीं कर रहा है, ऐसा वो एक्सप्लेन करने की ट्राई करते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. द पासिंग ऑफ टाइम विल नो लॉन्गर अफेक्ट हर, सेज द पोएट. Which lines of the poem say this? The lines of the poem that say this are: She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of the earthly years. Question number 3. How does the poet imagine her to be after death? Does he think of her as a person living in a very happy state, heaven, or does he see her now as a part of nature? In which lines of poem do you find the answer? Answer. The poet imagines her to be immersed in the earth. He feels that she has become a part of the earth's daily course and rolled along the rocks, stones, and trees. The lines of the poem that we find our answer in are rolled round an earth's diurnal course with rocks and stones and trees. So thank you for watching my video. This is all for today. हमने अपना यूनिट पूरा खत्म कर दिया. हमने मतलब चैप्टर 8 पूरा कंप्लीट कर दिया. हम नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लास्ट चैप्टर करेंगे इंग्लिश एनसीईआरटी का, इफ आई वर यू. थैंक यू.